So first things first, I popped this little piece off on the side there. You could see it has the one clip at the top, got the one down in the middle there. I just kind of worked my fingers in this area here to work it out. So basically what I did, kind of just worked my fingers along the edge here and underneath. The main thing is just trying to get to where you can get your fingers underneath the best part and try not to pry too hard. I found that starting on this end, running along this bottom here and getting here to where I kind of had a little bit of, felt like more center leverage instead of just pulling from one side. Couldn't really get my fingers back here, up here. So I'm kind of worked from this way over. So I'll show you what it looks like. Already got it pulled loose here. Flip it over. So, scratch everything in the car here. As you can see, it has all these little blue clips. So that kind of gives you an idea when you're pulling it off. You can see the back here. I'll show you where all the clips are. So, looks like I lost one of the clips. Two of these blue ones popped off, went down in the vent. I was able to fish them out. I haven't seen this yellow one, so I don't know if this was took off at one time, lost, or it popped off and I just couldn't find it. So we got that out here. I'm gonna pull this outside the car and we'll take the center vent out. I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll get to mounting the Engage right in the center there, and should go pretty smooth. All right guys, next step here, I took the plug in here, open this up, and I sent it right down through behind the steering column. I had to get down underneath there, pull it through. I'll clean up that here shortly, as I need to clean up and vacuum my car, but that's for another day. And then the other end that plugs into the Engage, I ran across there, was able to push it up and poke it through, and then I just used this little hook there and pulled it on through and ran it on back behind here and have it sitting there waiting for the center mount there. All pretty easy. Toughest part is just getting it to come back through that spot back in here. Once you can see, I mean, it's basically just straight up. You can see the port there, straight up through there. Pretty easy. Drag it across to however you want. Some people say you can just go straight across the front of this here. With how this mounts, it don't bother it. But I figured I'll just push the wire down the bottom there, be out of the way of the vent, and then easy plug in for the center. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna clean this up here, tighten the wire, do a zip tie or something down there, tuck it up under, and get it ready to plug in there. And I'll probably wait till tomorrow morning. I left my 3M tape up at the shop, so I'll have to run up there, put a little 3M on this in order to mount it. And not much to it. You're probably 30-40 minutes to install it and, you know, make everything look clean. So we'll button it up here. All right, next up here, get the center one out. You want to pull these outside tabs out, and then the ones that got the blue tape in, you kind of want to push them in. And as you're doing that here, videotaping by myself, so it's kind of tough. Just kind of work it and it'll push through there, and try to scratch anything here. Easy as that. Next step, let's tape up the Engage and we'll get it in there. All right guys, not sure if you can see here, this is how I ended up doing it. Instead of taking the whole bottom off, sorry, I'm in like the most uncomfortable spot ever, but I basically bundled it all up there, tied it to another harness, and put it above this plastic piece here to hold it up. And then I just loosely put another zip tie here just to make sure it'd be out of the way of the clutch. But that's about the best I can get that with how it comes out there. Other than that, I mean, I don't think I'll have any issues there. I didn't want to take all the plastic off around. All right, guys, back to the N-Gage install. I wrapped the outside ring with 3M. Probably won't even peel the backing off of it. Hopefully it's just thick enough. Of course, it's wider than it needs to be, but I think that may help hold it in. So basically here, I'm just gonna work it back and forth until I get the angle that I want, and I'll show you the finished product here in a second. All right, there we have it. As you can see, I started the plastic there. There's a plastic protectant that you can peel off once you get it in there. You can see at the top there, I kind of went with the theme. Now there's more chrome at the top, so I angled this down just a little bit. Got it tight in there how I want, just show a little bit of the chrome ring, kind of match that. But overall, it looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and take this off. It looks good. Like I said, I used about a little wider than my thumb there, so probably the 1 inch 3M tape. Wrapped it around, and it kind of folded over the back to kind of actually help secure it more by doing a thicker tape like that. Not that it looks the best, but you're never going to see it, so that's how I did it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, back in the car here. Sorry for the light issue there. I know it kind of looks funky with the interior light shining down, but as you can see, I showed earlier how I ran that. This installed, the gauge installed, so it is time to plug this into the back of the N-Gage here and snap this back together, and I'll show you the end result. All right, here we go. Got everything plugged in, snapped back in. See, lights up there. Looks pretty killer, honestly. I really like the looks of it. I was back and forth whether to put it in the center or the left side here. Seen it done both ways. Center looks kind of more proportioned. Over here, might be able to see it just a tad bit better, especially if you angled, you know, this towards you, the driver, a little bit. Still super easy to see. I mean, as you can see from here. The other thought process of it was you can still put this in the AC vent, blow it towards the driver easier. So yeah, super happy with it. Snapped it back in. All I have left to do is, there we go, put this little small plastic piece back on, which is easy as can be. And everything, I cleaned everything up last night, and so all is left to do is I need to take it and get the headers put on, and I'm gonna put the cold air kit, JLT cold air kit, and we should be good to go. But it's definitely a killer upgrade. Love the looks of it, and ready to run some E85. So stay tuned for future videos. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment.